Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Canadian farm where today it's time to windrow. I've already started making a mess, which is amazing. I'm going to start now, and I've made a mess immediately. This is what happens when things fall into the gully, I suppose. So we're going to windrow up the hay today and hopefully get the baling started as well. I'm thinking of getting rid of the baler though. Well, the baler we currently have, because it's a bit small. Which I thought the size of the baler would be fine, but clearly it's clearly not. I think the normal round balers would be better. I also think I'm going to need to do 2 headlands, because that is a bit close to the essentially the wall of dirt that's there. In any case, windrowing is boring. I know it. So, last night for me I actually went to see the new... Oh, there's the water plane. Hello, water plane. I actually went to see the new Avengers movie in 3D, and that was the first time I'd ever seen like a movie in 3D, because I don't go to the cinema, ever. And I kind of was surprised by how good the 3D seemed a bit forced, which is a bit of a shame. I didn't know quite what to expect from 3D, because traditionally 3D has been all about getting stuff to jump out of the screen at you, and not just show what's going on in the background a bit better than, this is in the background because it's behind the person. You can see stuff in its way. I didn't quite expect modern 3D to be showing you more about the background and giving you an idea of depth perception, which it's cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's cool, but it is a bit weird. And the amount of gaming I do, the 24 frames per second that movies run at, just seems a bit weird. There were multiple occasions when I thought something was going wrong because I could see frames. And no, that was just me being a gamer and noticing that the movie was running at 24 frames a second. Because it's quite clear when something's running sub 30. I mean, seriously. It's even quite clear when something's running at sub 60. Anything over 60 that I wouldn't know. But between 30 and 60 you can quite clearly see there's a difference. And speaking of which, I forgot to turn up OBS's recording to 60. Oops. It turns out that if I have OBS and the game running at 30, a lot of the time the frames don't sync up for whatever reason. So I keep seeing weird artifacts going on. And I keep forgetting to fix that issue. So I decided that I'm not going to do a second headland for reasons of because, and we're just gonna windrow up the hay. Yeah. I always seem to get a frog in my throat when I'm recording. I don't know why. Don't understand. But it's just a thing that happens. So yeah, the Avengers movie, really good. I thought the special effects were amazing. The 3D was... it was okay. It kind of gave me a headache, so I suppose that's a bit of a downside. And the glasses just felt uncomfortable. I mean, I kind of forgot at one stage that I was wearing them. That was okay, but it's kind of annoying having to wear glasses to watch a movie. I kind of wish there was a way to do 3D without needing glasses, and I know the 3DS does it. Kind of wish there was a way of doing stereoscopic 3D without needing glasses for, especially in a movie theater or cinema or whatever you want to call it. I think it's a bit silly just everybody wearing glasses in a cinema when realistically probably about 5% of the people there will actually need glasses. Oh wait, it was a comic book movie, so about 20%. I only say that I'm joking, obviously. But I do need glasses at times. I'm long-sighted, so sometimes, but quite often, I literally can't see things if they're in front of my face. In fact, I can't see my pop filter, and it's so close to my face that it's tickling my beard. It's like right in front of me, and my microphone's just behind it. And it looks like I've managed to balance it all out for once, which is amazing, because normally I end up with clipping on the mic or whatever. I think I've managed to balance it all out quite nicely for once, which is tasty beans. I think it's just the fact that I'm talking a bit quieter than usual, which I can deal with that. So we're what, 5 minutes in, we're already about halfway through this field, or almost halfway through. This is going well. So this is the reason I just rented everything at the same time, by the way, was because I kind of knew an hour was more than enough time to do one smallish field with all of the things. And it's the first time that I've actually got the timings right on the rental, I think. I kind of wish there was a way to do a half-hour rental, because that would have been cool and better value. I mean, I'm going to be wasting money on this anyway. Just for the simple fact that I'm not going to spend an hour doing this. There's not an hour's worth of work here. There's not 40 minutes worth of work left. Well, on the windrowing side, it might be with the baling, depending on how many blooming bales I make. The baling is going to be fun at the start, because I have no idea how many bales I'm going to make. I'm going to turn on the counter and reset that. As you know, I got the bale counter mod, and I'm going to reset the counter just to see how many bales I actually do end up making from this field, out of interest. And pretty much all of them are going to be sold immediately, because they're like €1,000 a bale. I'm not going to turn that down. So the more bales I make here, the better. The more bales I make, the more money I make, the more stuff I can get. And the faster I can do things, because I kind of want a bigger fertilizer spreader. The one that I have is good for like small fields. But the fields I have now are a bit too big for it, unfortunately. They're not too big for it, it's just I'm impatient. Especially on this map. This is my kind of do things quickly map, and Cobra is, well, let's just slow things down and do it correctly. Which is why the lines here are nowhere near straight, and in Cobra I'll be using GPS. Spoilers! But yeah, I'll be using GPS a lot in Cobra, just so that everything looks correct and neat and tidy. Whereas here is just kind of, it's close enough. The only thing I care about is not wasting money on fertilizer, so that's going to be GPS'd. This, close enough is good enough for me. And I'm a terrible driver, so really close enough is always going to be good enough for me. I have no dagger win, I'm not, like, amazing, and I am trying to use an Xbox controller for this, so... But I am using an Xbox controller, there's no try. Do or do not, there is no try. Thank you, Yoda. But yeah, it's quite easy to use an Xbox controller for Farm Sim. The issue is you don't really get an idea of how much lock you're putting in, especially when you're driving outside of the cam like this. It's really a lot of guesswork, and I get it wrong a lot of the time. I would love a steering wheel, or like a G27 would be amazing. I don't know where I'd put it. I mean, I'd struggle to find space in my room, but I'd love it. I said I'd love to get rid of a lot of stuff in my room. I already did. Stuff that I don't particularly want in here, like a television. Which sounds odd. It's a CRT television. It's really, really old. The power buttons come off. There's a straw in place of the power button. I'm not even kidding. It doesn't pick up any channels now because Ireland's gone digital and I don't have a digital receiver. I also have, for some reason, women's natural body spray in here. Some masking tape. That's masking tape and double-sided tape I can deal with. They can stay. I like them. You never know when you're going to need double-sided tape, especially when you've got terrible post-it notes. that actually need double-sided tape to work. And yes, that's how I got my soil mud cheat sheet of double-sided tape. I've actually double-sided taped 7 bits, well 7 post-it notes to my wardrobe, which is beside me, and which coincidentally I also want rid of because it's bloomin' tiny. There's no storage space in there whatsoever. I'm constantly left with clothes just kind of left loose in my room. There's not enough room for my clothes in my room, which is nice. I suppose. So 10 minutes in, we're very nearly done. I was wrong with saying I was nearly halfway done in 5 minutes apparently. So I'm gonna take a short, like 5-second break, open up my bottle of water, which is probably gonna be quite loud, but not as loud as I thought. And it doesn't want to open fully. I'm gonna have to hit the brakes now. So, there we go. I do enjoy my water. I say as I hit myself in the face with it. Hooray. So let's get going again. My headphones are starting to fall off my head, so I'm going to be switching on cruise control again in a second. There we go, cruise control on. And fix my headphones and cruise control off. So normally if you see cruise control, I'm doing something with my hands. That means I can't have both hands on the controller. I can only have like one hand. It's a lot easier to steer with one hand than to try and accelerate and steer. I've done that before too though. So that's... I think that's going to be the second to last line, or is it going to be the third to last? It's the third to last, unfortunately. I'm gonna get another windrow out of this. And, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get all the baling done, well, on camera. I'm gonna do all the baling before the next episode. Because the next episode I want to sell all the bales. And get, like, all of the money ever. Hooray! Or at least some money. Some money would be nice. All the money ever be nicer. But I'll settle with a lot of money. So on to the final windrow. Oops. Enough. There we go. The one thing I've never liked with farm sim is how bad the hay windrows actually look. I've seen plenty of windrows of hay and grass and yeah, on YouTube and real life before, and none of them look this patchy ever. This is a real thing that Giants have never fixed, and I don't think they're ever going to fix, and it just looks silly, honestly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to return the tether and windrower just so that I don't accidentally run into fees for them. There we go. And the baler I left inside my storage shed. Where? Yeah, there we go. Managed to get tangled up my headphones just there, so apologies. So it looks like, oh, there's actually a second gate out. That's nice. So I might even take the trigger, just plain take the trigger off that gate over there. Can you tell I'm getting used to this to the reaction of this vehicle? Why is there's a weird bump just there? Oh, it's, oh my god, the JCB actually gets stuck and I have to jam it under. It's just that one Is it that just that one very specific spot that the JCB gets stuck? Because it seems that way. So let's get the baler on the JCB out of there before anybody suspects a thing. And we're gonna come in by the dodgy gate of hell. Oh dear, we're gonna have to go really close to those things from Baling. Oh well. So, oh, the counter has reset. That's good. It's the counter on the left I'll be looking at because that's the daily count, I suppose. So, oh, this isn't going to be as bad as the other Baling session. I was constantly stopping. So that's one bale done. And it's probably going to be about, I would imagine, maybe 50-ish bales off this field. Somewhere in between the 20 and 50 range, I would imagine. So it's not as bad as with the clover alfalfa, but it is still quite bad. So we're gonna have quite a few bales. I'm not complaining, I'm just thinking the crop density might be a bit insane. I think it's down to soil mod affecting the crop densities of the map, which are probably more logical than soil mod is making them. Because there are some issues with soil mod on this map in particular, and I'm not quite sure why. I think the map maker might have... I'm not going to say install soil mod wrong, because it works, and if you install it wrong it doesn't work, but I think there might be a few issues with the soil mod installation with this map. Because it keeps saying there's L10s missing and there shouldn't be any L10s. I think the map maker tried to package soil mod directly with this map, which is, number one, not what you're supposed to do, and it's a no-no. Copyright issues with that, and number two, not everybody wants to play with soil mods, so give them the option of, you know, having soil mod in the map and the soil mod functionalities, but if you don't have the soil mod, then it won't work. That's how a lot of maps do work, is you can have soil mod, you know, you can have a soil mod enabled map like my edited version of Coldborough Park, for example. If I took the soil mod out of my mods folder, the soil management out of my mods folder, the map would still work fine. It just wouldn't have soil mod. And that's, you know, that's a better way of doing it than, oh well, I've built soil mod into the map and actually tried to build the mod in badly and screwed up, because I think that's what happened. Because normally missing L10s are only in mods, mod vehicles and scripts. It shouldn't be in a map. I've never seen missing L10s in maps before anyway. So I think the map maker may have done something really stupid. I haven't looked at the actual i3D or XMLs for this map. I can't be bothered. It's just... honestly, it's too much bother trying to look through i3Ds and XMLs for every map. I did it for Coldborough Park because, well, I know that if it's on FSUK it's got a solid i3D, a solid XML and a solid base. And you can pretty much install whatever scripts you want, as long as they don't conflict with the map itself. Or conflict with other scripts that are on the map. So, that's why I've no real issue installing soil mod on FSUK maps. Anything from FSUK though. Any mod you get from FSUK you can install any other mod on it. Like 90% of the time. Especially maps, because most of them are made to be privately edited. Not publicly released, but you know, they'll call, you know, this map and Coldborough personal edits, and have absolutely no intention of releasing them. Because, well, I've changed the map, and I only did it just so that I could play it the way I wanted to. I don't know. So we are, in fact, going to get quite a few bales. I think 20 was a bit of a... I'll say a low estimate for this field, considering we're already up to 10. And there's the 10th. So yeah, I think 50 might have been actually realistic, 50 bales from this field. That's good. How much are the bales worth? Because they're only 3,000 litres. 1286. So we got 10 grand's worth of bales already down. Already done. Yeah. I think the bale extension has the prices a bit off for what a bale of hay is worth. Unless it's the world's greatest hay in the world ever. That there's no way that a small hay bale is worth €1,000. I can understand like 200. That's actually a logical number to me. But 1,000 just seems a bit high. I missed a bit there. I'll come back and clear through the field once I'm doing it off camera and just gonna continue for another few minutes. I know I'm already over 20 minutes, but I just want to keep going. I'm in that kind of mood where I just want to keep going, but I don't want to talk for whatever reason. I'm not going to do the all-time lapse thing here on this map because, well, I can't be bothered. Honestly, I don't like this map as much as I do Cobra, so I try and do as little work on this map as I can get away with. It's just not. It doesn't. It doesn't suit my playstyle, I don't think. Yeah, it has soil mod, and yes, it's tight in places, but the ditches. Oh my god, the ditches! They are so insanely annoying. And there's so many little problems with this map that they just irk me. Yes, it's a good map in general, but you know, over there I had to edit. I genuinely felt I had to edit over there so that it looked better. I had to edit the Bale Destroy trigger because it was just wrong and looked silly, and that's kind of Giant's fault. Still. And realistically, this map is way too clustered. Just look. Yeah, everything on the map is clustered up towards the top because the map maker decided, oh, I want a coastal map. Okay, I want almost half the map to be coast. That's a bit extreme, don't you think? In fact, I'm gonna go see what happens if I head over towards the coast, just out of curiosity, because the map is almost flat as well. There's, apart from the insane ditches, there's no real features on the map. Except for that one pond. So I'm gonna follow what appears to be the river. Well, oh no, it's the little river, isn't it? The stream, which you forgot to put some sort of bridge here, which is nice. I've fallen into a ditch. Now I probably won't be able to get out. Yeah, you forgot to put some sort of water underflow under the road here, so there are two separate ponds, one of which just happens to go down towards what appears to be the sea. I'm genuinely curious as to what happens down over here. These ditches get really old really quickly, by the way. If you're making a map, I suggest you don't do something like this because it puts me off playing them. Yes. Whoa, no, whoa, wait. This field isn't perfectly square. Hooray! It's probably the only one that's not. Seriously, enough with the square fields. Oh, please don't tell me the map just suddenly ends here and there's no water plane. Oh, there's a water plane. But there's no beach. because he built the beach to... Okay, so this is clearly supposed to be water, you know, it's clearly supposed to be water in this. It's a river flowing down to the sea. And what he's done is he's made the beach too high up. I've got the JCB stuck. He's made the beach too high up, so that there's either no water flowing in or there's no beach. This is somebody who had a good idea and then completely screwed it up because they don't really know how to make a map very well. Or they do know how to make a map. I made one, but it's not particularly well executed, is what I'm trying to say. Unless there's not actually supposed to be beach down here, but no, nobody's ever going to put water or grass underground, or underwater, so I think there is supposed to be beach. Unless he did intend on putting grass underwater. I suppose most of the map is grass underwater, so maybe it's intentional. But it's a very sparse map. I don't really. Yeah. Just as an idea of how clustered the map is, that's the farm. That over there, that shit in the distance, is the farm. Why on earth does this hedge have collisions? Just collisions on this hedge in particular. Ooh. I think I'm gonna end the video here, because... well, the JCB's stuck and I'm just running around like a moron, criticizing the map. Does this hedge have collisions? Ooh. Ooh. Yes, this hedge does have collisions, so it's not just collisions on that hedge over there in particular. Here's some more, what... oh, these are just bushes, they're not hedges. Can I find another hedge? That's a paintable tree. It's a cuttable tree. Yeah, this map's good. I mean, it works. It's just not my style, surprisingly enough. In 2013 it would have been totally my style, but now it's just not. I think 2015 is more suited to British and Irish style maps. For me, anyway. So I'm going to leave it here. I've been Rainbow Dave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 15 on the Canadian map. Comment, like, subscribe and all that stuff. In the next episode we will be collecting up and selling all the bales. So until then, stay safe and goodbye.